I just made this DIY dog sling custom for my dog, and I'm going to show you how to make it too. And what I really love about it is that it's reversible. You can use it either way, and it fits my body so well. All right, and this is the same exact pattern, but with a stretchier sort of knit. So depending on which fabric you choose, you may get a different look. But I'm giving you the pattern for free. So if you'd like to make one too, my dog weighs about 10 to 11 pounds. If your dog does too and you want the pattern, go ahead and click the link in the description of this video and you will download the pattern, which is 8 pages, and you'll tape it together just like you see here, 1 through 8. Also, if you just found me here on YouTube, please know that there are no written directions for this sewing pattern. The directions are actually this sewing tutorial right here on YouTube. So I've gone ahead, printed out my pattern and taped it together, and once you cut it out, it looks just like this. It is kind of large, and in the corner there, I also, on page 4, I also give you these other QR codes if you want to check out other DIY doggy tutorials. So I'm going to be making the dog sling that I was wearing in the intro of this video, and this is a really nice cotton. Feels like a little bit of a waxed cotton, and then the exterior, I'm using this simple denim, and I love the way the denim holds the body of the sling. I really suggest you use a stiffer fabric for the exterior of your sling. So what I'm doing now is cutting it out, and I do have my fabrics right sides touching and together. And I am going to pin down and cut all around, remembering to follow the grain line. You can use pattern weights or trace it, whatever works for you, you go for it. So we're cutting 4 of these patterns in total. So these are my 2 pieces for the interior of my bag. And now I'm going to do the same exact thing for the exterior with the denim. Here are my 4 fabric patterns cut out. And now what we're going to do is we're going to sew together the darts. There are 8 darts total, and we're going to bring the right sides together and we're going to sew right down. Now I'm not sewing this like a garment dart, so you're going to notice I'm not going to really finish the edge with tying the threads. To sew these darts together, I'm not going to even bother pinning them, but I am using a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and I'm going to backstitch at the beginning right there. All of my darts are sewn together. So what I'm going to do now for both the exterior and interior pieces is I'm going to pin them right sides together. Now notice how I start pinning the darts together, and what I should have done, and I totally didn't, is I should have pressed those dart seams flat open, but I kind of skipped that. So I am pinning first at the seams, and then I pin the rest of the bag around. And I'm going to do the same exact thing for the interior piece. Now pinned together, I'm going to go back over to the sewing machine, and using a 1/4 inch seam allowance, I'm going to sew around this entire curve of the bag, back stitching at the beginning and the end. And the same thing with my interior piece, back stitching at the beginning and end and going all the way around with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. All right, they are sewn together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the interior part right sides out. And what you're going to see that I'm going to do here is I'm going to put it inside of the exterior bag part. But I'm going to leave the exterior turned wrong sides out. So before I place one piece into the other, I'm looking at the curves here, and you're gonna have to match the shorter curve here and the longer curve there. Just make sure they match because you do want them to actually sew together well. And I put my hands inside and I just spread it out and it fits automatically. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pin starting at the side seams. Actually, I'm going to decide to use my fabric clips for this one, but straight pins are just as great. And I am flattening or opening up the side seam allowances because I didn't iron them either. And trust me, I've been making this style bag for such a long time. I dare say you kind of don't have to. So I'm going to pin all the way up the long arms. Now check out how I pinned all the way down the arms, all the way around up to the other side of the arm. Basically, it fits right in place and all the edges that aren't sewn are pinned. So now what I'm going to do on the sewing machine, again using a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance, is I am going to sew this all in place. So you can start from the side seam or you can even start from the top. I like to start from the top here. I'm going to back stitch there and I'm going to go all the way down and around over the side seam all the way to this top. And then the same exact sewing on this side here, all the way around, past the side seam, all the way up to this top. And then the arms here, or the this part here, this stays open because we're going to flip the bag around that way. So both of these stay open. Okay, I hope that helps you if you're making this sling to understand where it is that you're going to be sewing. And here's what the sewn bag looks like. And now what I'm going to do is stick my arm inside this opening here and just pull the bag right sides out. Next, I'm going to press the bag edges because I do want to do a top stitch all the way around. If you're using a knit, you may not want to do that, possibly. It's up to you. But I like the way it looks nice and finished and clean. So I'm just going to press all of the edges, making sure they both are out as best as possible. If you need to even stick your hand inside the opening and press out the edges, you can easily do that. And I'm going to press so it's ready for top stitching. I do like to leave my mistakes in my tutorials to show you I am in no way perfect. So I missed that edge there. So in order to remind me that that seam allowance didn't sew properly, I put a clip there just to make sure when I do my edge stitching, I get that point, especially make sure. Does that make any sense? Okay, so what I'm going to do next is just one of these arms here. I'm going to turn the raw edges inside and I'll press it so it forms a nice clean edge. The other side I'll leave unfinished because it's going to tuck right inside here. So if you want to shorten this bag for any reason, this is the part where you could do it now. You can either trim or turn more of it inside. I like the size of this bag exactly the way it is, so I'm leaving it just like this. So what I'm going to do now is go over to the sewing machine and sew down this opening here about 3 or 4 times over the same sewing stitch, just to ensure that it has a good hold, because this opening here, or this part where the two arm straps meet, take a lot of the pressure from holding your dog. As you can see there, I didn't clip well enough, so I'll just fix that. And check out how many times I went over that sewing stitch. But now I feel confident that it will not come apart and hold my dog safely in my dog sling. Anyway, now I'm going to go around and do the top stitching or edge stitching all around the entire bag just to give it a finished look. And I repeat the process on the other side. And that's it. That's how easy it was to make your own custom DIY dog sling carrier. I love this thing, and the best part is you could flip it right sides out because it's reversible. Remember, the style or type of fabric that you choose will determine the actual feel of your final dog sling. Anyway, if you love DIY dog tutorials like this, go ahead and click on the other DIY dog sewing tutorials right up here on the screen. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.